Chapter 1. Computer, Past, Present and Future.
Generations of computers. The first electronic computer, called Atanasoff-Berry computer or ABC, was developed about 70 years ago. Since then, computers have gone through 5 main stages of development, called generations, to come into their present form. The earliest electronic computers that were made around 60 to 70 years ago are known as the first generation computers. Modern computers that we use today are fourth generation computers. Features of different generations. Computers of each successive generation are based on an improved technology that substantially improved their performance and reduced the cost of their ownership. The following table presents a brief description of the technology used in the different generations of computer and their distinctive features. Generations, parts used, features, examples. First generation computers 1940 to 1956. Vacuum tubes. These computers were very big. They worked slowly and generated a lot of heat. ENIAC, EDVAC, UNIVAC. Second generation computers 1956 to 1963. Transistors. These were smaller, faster and more reliable than earlier computers. They used punch cards and magnetic tapes to store data. IBM 7090, IBM 7094, UNIVAC 1108. Third generation computers 1964 to 1971. Integrated circuits. These were smaller, faster and more reliable than second generation computers. The use of the keyboard and monitor started for the first time. Disk storage also began. IBM 370 and Altair. Fourth generation computers 1971 to present. Microprocessor. These computers are even smaller, more powerful and reliable. They support a host of input, output and storage devices. Modern-day computers. Fifth generation computers, present and beyond. Artificial intelligence. The computers of this generation are still in the nascent stage of development. Voice recognition systems. Trendy bytes. Altair 8800 is considered as the first personal computer (PC) that heralded the personal computer revolution we are witnessing today. It was made by an American company called MITS, Micro Instrumentation and Telemetry Systems Incorporation. Types of computers. Modern computers can be classified into 4 main categories on the basis of their size and speed. Microcomputers. Microcomputers are small computers that have a microprocessor as their CPU, central processing unit. These computers are also known as personal computers, PCs, as they are meant to be used by a single person at a time. Desktop computers, laptop computers, and handheld computers like tablets and smartphones are different types of microcomputers. Mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are huge in size and can occupy a whole room or even an entire floor. A mainframe computer allows many users to work on it at the same time. Users connect to it through terminals. A terminal is a device that has a keyboard and a screen integrated together. By using a terminal, each user can give inputs to the computer and get the output on his or her screen. Mainframes are also referred to as enterprise servers. IBM 704 and IBM Z Series 800 are examples of mainframe computers. Mini computers. Mini computers came into existence in 1960s as cost-effective alternatives to mainframe computers. They were less powerful than the mainframe computers, but allowed multiple users to work on them at a time. Mini computers have now become less important due to growing power and popularity of the personal computers. Now only the mid-range servers are referred to as mini computers. Supercomputers. Supercomputers, as the name suggests, are the most powerful type of computers. A supercomputer uses multiple CPUs to work on a problem using the concept of parallel processing. Parallel processing is the simultaneous use of multiple CPUs to execute a program. Supercomputers are used in highly calculation-intensive tasks such as weather forecasting, climate research, and petroleum exploration. Cray 1, Deep Blue, and Param Yuva 2 are examples of supercomputers. Trendy Bytes. Param Yuva 2 is claimed to be the fastest supercomputer of India. It has been developed by Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Programming languages. Programming languages. A programming language is a special type of language that we can use to give instructions to the computer. All the software and programs that run on the computer are developed using one computer language or the other. Remember, a program is a set of instructions written in a programming language. A software is a set of programs designed to perform some specific task or tasks on the computer. Types of programming languages. Thousands of programming languages have been created in last 100 years. All these languages can be put into three main categories: machine languages, assembly languages, high-level languages. Let us briefly learn about all these different types of programming languages. Machine language. The machine language is the elementary language of a computer that consists of binary digits, 0 and 1 only. Computer cannot understand any language other than the machine language. It is the language that is directly accepted and executed by the computer's CPU. All instructions or data that we feed into the computer is first converted into a sequence of zeros and ones before the CPU can process it. However, machine language is very hard for people to understand or write programs in. Assembly language. The assembly language is close to the machine language, but in assembly language, binary operation codes are replaced by the mnemonics. Mnemonics are like 2 or 3 letter abbreviations. For example, in the machine language, if the code for add operation is 0010, its equivalent in the assembly language is ADD. Since mnemonics are abbreviations or symbols, they need to be translated into the machine language to get executed. This job is done by a special software called assembler. Remember, machine and assembly languages are also called low-level languages as they are linked with the hardware. High-level language. As the speed, power and capacity of the computer increased, a need was felt to develop programs that could make use of computers in diverse fields and which can be developed by people who were not experts in computer architecture and hardware. So, high-level languages came into existence. These high-level languages are much closer to the human language. High-level languages, HLLs, are programming languages designed for users to write instructions in English like statements like C is equal to A plus B rather than in the machine language or using mnemonics. Fortran, C++, and Java are a few examples of high-level languages. We need language translators, compilers and interpreters to change the HLL code into the machine code so that it can be understood and executed by the computer. History of the software. Software, as you know, are basically made up of several programs that in turn are made up of instructions written in a programming language. Today, there are thousands of different software that help us to do many different things on the computer. It is inconceivable to us that there was a time not so long ago when people worked on the computer without any software. Let us now learn how software have evolved over the years. In 1842 to 43 AD, Augusta Ada Lovelace wrote a way for analytical engine to calculate Bernoulli numbers. For this, she is considered as the world's first programmer. In 1948, Claude Shannon described how computers can be programmed using the binary language of zeros and ones. People started using machine and assembly languages for programming computers. William F. Schmidt, A.B. Tonick, and J.R. Logan in 1950 developed the shortcode, one of the first high-level languages for the UNIVAC 1 computer. In 1957, the first true high-level language called Fortran was created by John W. Backus and his team for IBM. Between 1960 to 65, the COBOL language was developed based on a language Flowmatic designed by Grace Murray Hopper. In 1966, IBM presented the first operating system named OS/360 for its mainframe computer IBM/360. In 1981, Microsoft launched MS-DOS, PC-DOS for IBM PCs, operating system for Microsoft computers. Later, Apple Inc. developed Mac OS, the first GUI-based operating system. In 1983 and 1984, Apple Inc. launched two graphical operating systems called Lisa and Macintosh. In 1985, Microsoft Corporation launched its first graphical user interface-based operating system called Windows 1.0. The GUI